Hi, this is Rob G and welcome to Savvy. Today I want to talk to you about how to constantly level up your expertise. You know, sometimes we get into a stagnant place of we're just working and we're working and we're working. And if you're just working, you're not necessarily getting better. You're just in a state of maintaining, and a state of maintaining is not going to help you long term. You always want to be in a state of growth. You always want to be on the upswing. And there is the key. You need to constantly level up your expertise. Well, how do you do that? Well, as a creative person running your business, you are constantly producing. You're constantly doing something. And essentially, you've got this reservoir of energy and thoughts and ideas that you can tap into in order to get things done. But what happens when that tank is empty? You know, where do you go in order to fill your tank back up? Because you need to keep doing that. One of the first ways is through online influencers. You know, I'm on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube, and each one of those places I'm sharing content on, but I'm also getting content from, because that's what it's all about. We're in a sharing society right now. So what you want to be doing is you want to be going into those places regularly and seeing what the top people in your industry are doing, which feeds back into you. You know, you can't constantly expend energy without some way of creating new energy, and new inspiration and new, honestly, just gasoline to keep going, because sometimes it feels like a grind, and it is. So you want to go to those places and start following the people who make an impact on you, and see what they're doing and let them motivate you. You know, as controversial as he may be, Gary Vee is a great example of bold entrepreneurship. You know, if you can cut through all the F-bombs and why he does that, he's got his reasons. I don't think it's necessary personally, but right there, he's got some pure message that needs to be heard. If you are building your own business, you know, he is one of the most relevant thinkers today and top influencers in the country right now, maybe even the world, in terms of entrepreneurship and how to make it. He's got a great no-nonsense approach to how to make it. All right. So maybe if you are in the design area, as I am, you know, you want to turn to a guy like Chris Do and The Future. You know, this guy talks about the business of design, and I'll tell you, he is so concise and on point, and he is such a great teacher and communicator that if you just watch several of his videos, there is no way that you can stay the same level you're at. You must be raised by watching what he's doing and taking his teaching to heart and applying it right away. He's an absolute master at it. Another way is through a mastermind group. You know, look around you. Who are your friends? What you want to do is you want to hang out mostly with some of the friends who are like-minded, you know, who think like you and have ideas that can contribute to you, and maybe you guys can have a free exchange of ideas. You know, that's really important. Creatives in other areas of expertise. You know, you've got access to guys and women and people everywhere who just have thoughts that you don't have. And so if you hang out with them regularly online, you can create a mastermind group by tapping into their thoughts, mixing in some of your own, and you can come up with new creative solutions to some of the challenges you're facing. How about this one? I recently started this, but have a Saturday morning coffee ritual with people, you know, locals by you, friends, associates, who are positive, who are in pursuit of something, and who you can have a good synergy with, and you can exchange ideas, exchange thoughts, maybe pose some of the problems and challenges you're having with building your business, or maybe a specific problem, and just listen to what they say. You know, sometimes even though they may not be in the same industry as you, just having that objective opinion of somebody who's positive and of relative intelligence is going to spark some solutions for you, or give you a perspective that you hadn't thought of that will help lead you to a solution. So that's vitally important. The next way is books. Are you reading? I know a lot of people who once they graduate high school or once they graduate college, they don't want to read another book. They felt like, well, I've read enough books through college. I don't want to see another book for the rest of my life. Big mistake. Actually, you should be reading more after you graduate college than you did during. Because here's the thing. College is going to teach you more general knowledge, and yes, you're going to have a major, but once you get out of there, that's where you start getting the knowledge you really need in order to build a business, in order to design your life, and tapping into certain books, whether you need to learn about business, whether you need to learn about being creative, whatever it may be, you can pick an author who is the top in his field, read his book, read her book, and get the knowledge they have. See, your knowledge base, it may be broad, so you think, but there are gaps in there. There are places where there is no knowledge between two sets of thoughts, and you need to bridge those gaps in order to complete the process. Bridging those gaps and filling them with the knowledge you need, that's gonna be the difference in you leveling up or not, in you staying average or rising above most everybody. Now, I know maybe you don't like to read. I don't particularly love to read, and honestly, it usually puts me right to sleep if I'm holding a physical book in my hand. I still do it, but a lot of times I'm turning towards an ebook if that's the case, which, to me, I just like to have my iPad, with me wherever I go, and that way I can have many books on here, so that way when I finish one, I can return to it, and I never have to remember if I have my book. Or how about this, even better, if you have a commute, if you need to drive places, get yourself an audiobook. I know it's not technically reading, but look, all you're looking to do is get the information. A lot of times you don't care how it comes in, you just need to get it in there. So if you're driving, listen, for some people, you talk to a successful person, they'll tell you their car has been a university on wheels, and they've been able to gather so much knowledge through audios that it's been the equivalent of a college education to them. And think about that. So that's a great use of your time. So I want to know, how are you filling your tank? How are you leveling up your expertise? I want you to stick some comments below. I want you to hit that subscribe button. I'm producing new content every week. And I'm learning from you guys as hopefully you're learning from me. So put the ideas down there. I'm going to read them. I'm going to answer some. And if there's some good topics you want me to talk about and cover, just let me know, and I'll create videos based on your comments. Because this is, again, we're here to share and we're here to learn from each other so we can all level up together. So I'm Rob G. Remember, always be learning, always stay savvy. Thanks for watching.